Welcome once again to another episode of the review of the book 25 Life Transforming Instructions by Apostle Segun Obadje. And today we'll be talking about instruction 4. And instruction 4 says, have an eternal perspective to life. And it starts by letting us understand that those who live for time do not live forever. When you live for time, your perspective, your drive, your push to life, when it's just about the present, such persons don't live forever. So it's important to have an eternal mindset to life. But those who live for eternity, of course, truly live forever. Living with an eternal perspective makes it such that everything that we do carry a signature of eternal significance, right? So that is the way we can immortalize ourselves, in time, essentially because we carry an eternal perspective to how we do things, to how we live life. Everything that our hand touches cannot die because we are eternal spirits made in the image of God. So if we're eternal spirits made in the image of God and we live with that consciousness, we would also invariably carry that reality into our mortality. Let me just put it that way. All right. So for us to live this out effectively, we must constantly seek God's eternal purpose in every situation, for our lives, in all that we do. We want to know and see what God's heartbeat is about a situation, not just in time, but for future generations to come. All right. So it is better to live by divine intelligence rather than common sense. According to Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21, time can only reveal God's eternal counsel about our lives because by God's design, we are bigger than time and ought not to live for it. So the mistakes a lot of persons make is they live for time. Rather than live for time, you are meant to live in time. People who live for time are forgotten in and with time, right? But people who live for eternity are immortalized. So the understanding we should carry is that we are citizens of eternity, living in mortality in time, right? So we are not meant to live for time, but meant to live in time, but for eternity. And lastly, I like to say that we must engage in continuous, self-appraisal, to always check whether or not we are living for eternal values or we're just living for fickle, fleeting, and ephemeral things. Are we living for things that have eternal relevance rather than just things that will pass away? So I want to charge you as you go on your pursuit, for relevance, your daily pursuit, have an eternal perspective to life. So see you in the next episode. God bless you.